Hello. Hi, everybody. Welcome to my channel. My name is. I could, you know what? Just call me whatever you want. I don't even care anymore because the internet is going to call me whatever they want. So you guys can call me Granny. You can call me Gothics. You can call me Vanessa. You can call me Nessie. Some people call me Nessie. Some people call me Loch Ness Monster. I think that's pretty dope too. What is good, everyone? Hello, how are you? Let me move this thing over here. Let me move this over there, and let me put this right there so I can see in my chat. Okay, very good. Did you watch Has Been Hotel? Yes, I did. I did. Video is currently being edited. After I'm done with this stream, I'm gonna go back and finish editing that, and I should have something uploaded tomorrow. Because, like I said, guys, I'm sticking to my commitment to commit to a schedule. I mean, can you really blame me? I am black. There is such a thing as black people time. You know, I say I'm going to be on at 1 p.m. That kind of means like 2, 3 p.m. I say I'm going to upload a video, you know. So the numbers are kind of off. But, anyways, yes, I watched Has Been Hotel. I made my review. It's very janky because I'm not really a pop culture reviewer. But if you guys like it, I will gladly do it again because I actually enjoyed making a review for it. Anyways, hello, Sherry. How are you doing? You can call me Daddy. I don't know about that. I'm gonna say no. Let's see. Graham Wilson, how are you doing today? I was thinking about you. I was thinking about you recently. It was actually yesterday, but I'm gonna say it was today. Uh, the story doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna withhold my opinions about this show, okay, until you see the video tomorrow because I need you guys to see it. Oh yes, your wrench is gone, Scott. Yeah, I don't have any. I shouldn't be saying this, but I don't have any moderators right now. I have to go in and manually do it because when I got hacked, the guy was so lovely. He was so nice. He unmodded all of my mods, and then he modded someone else, which was very interesting. So I unmodded them. So now I got no mods right now. So I'm gonna have to go back and do that. But hope you guys are great. Granessa, it is. I don't like that. I'm not sure if I enjoy that. No. Good evening, ma'am. How am I going to choose between grannies and nephews live streams? Nephew, is this Leon's nickname? Is that the nickname? I'm not sure. Accepting mod applications, my friend. I don't really do applications. I just kind of, fling the mod at people and hope they don't screw it up. That's usually what I do. Ruined nephew. I see. Yes. Happy Black History Month, Gothics. We stand with you, sister. um, don't don't stand with me. I'd rather not. Oh man, it's such a cringe. You know what it is? Is I just know Black History Month is the start of all of the other stupid holidays that will continue throughout the year that are made just to victimize people and then prime them for election season to then ask for their votes. Because look at all of the praise we gave you during Black History Month. Look at all the praise we gave you during LGBTQIA plus minus year. Because it's not even a month anymore, it's a year. Yes, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. Women's History Month. What does that even mean? I don't even know what these things mean anymore. Um, have a great day. You have a great day as well, Larry. Hey, fling me, bud. At least you know me for what, 7 years almost since Gothic's model era. Shh. Not everyone here knows my origin name. You just exposed me. I'm just kidding. Everyone should know my origin name by now. This is true, though. Are you still driving trucks? I remember you were still driving. Are you still doing that? I think you were driving trucks, or maybe I'm just getting you confused with someone else, Ian. Um, what was I gonna see? Yo, Sherry, thank you so much for being a member for 10 months. I really appreciate that. Thank you for sticking with me for 10 months, even though I've been such a terrible YouTuber. McGrady says a thumbs up. Thank you for that thumbs up, McGrady. I've also got a thumb right here, right there. See that? Yo, I heard some people can't do this with their thumb. Can you not do that? I can do that. Some people said it's difficult. They looked at me like I was crazy. Can y'all not do that? I don't know. You can't? You can't? You can, but I can't. Weird. Huh, all right. Ian says, and you can call me Goki. I got no kids, thankfully. All right, Goki. Very good. Very good. Return to sender. I can't see. I must be special then. Uh, there was also something here from Graham Wilson, who celebrates 33 months of membership. Weird thumb. See, you're weird. You're weird, okay? I'm just talented. See this? God gave me this. Let's see. Doing it now. All right, you show off. Looks like a birth defect to me. Oh man. Chaco says you've been celebrating for 29 months of membership. Hee. I have been here longer. Oh, wait, that's not good. That means that you must really like me. That's what it has to mean. Uh let's see. Yeah, but Graham got you beat though. Oh, and the answer to the question is yes, I still drive buses. 15 trucks, not 15 trucks, 15 years, not trucks. Okay, right. Yeah, I think there was someone else in the YouTube stream who was doing trucks. You do buses. That's what it is. So I was partially right. Hello, Cryptic, and how are you doing? I don't like that emoji. Oh man. Let me see. Hey Gothics, how come the previous stream got privated? I actually don't know. That's a good question. I might have done something. I'm not sure. It shouldn't be. It's definitely not on Rumble because I was just on there. But that's a good question. I'll have to go look into that. I'll have to look. Maybe it's an RI thing. I only black people can do it. I only because I can do that. What is your favorite rock metal genre? Um Man, I don't even know anymore. I don't know. I'm kind of all over the place. I just want something that sounds good. Something I can dance to, something that isn't cringe. I don't know. I like a variety of things. I know that doesn't answer your question, but like a variety. Let me see. Do. Sarone Almighty became a member. Yo, Sarone, is it Sarone? Sarone Almighty. I think it's Sarone. Became a member. Yo, thank you so much. Uh so I can't joke. Okay, who's joking? Who is not allowed to joke here? You guys are allowed to joke here, but they have to be good jokes. Okay? We're not going to go with this, mediocre dad joke tier, okay? Unless they're really good dad jokes. Ba, 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 ba. 7 years, so either I got mad love for ya, or I'm still waiting for the donuts after I sub for the first time. I promised you donuts when you sub. That sounds about right. That sounds correct. Cryptic Howl just became a member. Cryptic Howl, thank you so much. Thank you. I may not be able to do the thumb thing, but I can lock my index finger. Oh, like this thing? Now that's weird. I've seen people do that. Like that. It's weird. Evidently, I stand weird. Like you know how normal people, their legs are like this, like when they're standing? Mine, it's like pretend these are my kneecaps. My kneecaps, they're back. Like I don't stand straight. I stand like the aliens from Men in Black with the long, skinny legs and like the kneecaps are inverted. I don't know. Apparently, not everyone stands like that. I'm just like I'm an alien. Uh, so what you're saying is you got gazelle legs. Yes. That's exactly what I'm saying. Yes. Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What the hell happened to my channel? Well, apparently I became a cryptocurrency stream for a little bit. Unless you're talking about all of the other non-political things that I upload, like talking about God, then just uh I naturally evolved, I should say. But yeah, the crypto stuff wasn't mine. Boblito says, Gothic's first time in 3 years without a fancy sword. I feel naked. Where's my emotional support banhammer? You all will get your banhammers back soon. You will get them back. Do not worry, my friends. Do not worry. I not doing that. I was making fun of all the crazy history months. Oh, the crazy history months. Yeah, I mean, just it's exhausting. It's so exhausting. Um, Hi Gothics, good to see you. How is the cold weather in RI? Well, it's cold. It's definitely cold. Yeah. Mhm. Um Yes, I love your natural evolution. Bless you, girl. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm Nakey. Well, put some clothes on, all right? You'll get your hammer soon. You'll get your wrench, your hammer. A Wolf says, I meant your videos. Yeah, some of my videos are still privated. I mentioned this the last stream. I don't know if you guys heard it, but yeah, so my account was hacked, right? And the guy privated, or the girl, I don't know, guy or girl. I'm just assuming it was a guy. The guy privated all of my videos, and so I've been slowly unprivating some of them. Some of the videos, honestly, I'm not even sure I want to make them public if I'm thinking about it. I have my own logic in my head. I might change my mind at some point. But like, I don't know. I'm interested in more experimentation with my content. So I might just leave some privated, you know. Just my opinion, I might change my mind. I might change my mind. We'll see. Who knows? This is me pretending to talk like Trump, by the way. You know how he does it? He's like, he like does measurements in sign language, like patty cake in the air. That's how I'm imagine I talk. Let's see. Do not give Abel a banhammer of injustice. I mean justice. Oh, love your videos. Big love from Sunderland, England. Oh, hi Gothics. Good to see you. What do you think about Tucker Carl? I could never say his name. Tucker Carlson's since he's left Fox. I feel like he's sold out. I don't watch Tucker. I see his clips occasionally. Honestly, I never really watched Fox. I don't like watching the news all that much. Honestly, I don't even like really watching political commentary in general, even if it's on YouTube. And the reason for that is just it's like a broken record. Some people just like to complain about things all the time, and I just don't want to hear it. So, yeah, I don't really have an opinion on him. What is your favorite ice cream flavor? I'm gonna go with maple. I went to Vermont a couple of months ago, and there was an ice cream shop with maple soft serve using their pure maple syrup. It was delicious. So good. So good. Mm. Yeah, I love maple. Hello, Raging Dino, and how are you doing today? I have to get my coursework done. Lots of love to you, Gothics. All right, best of luck with all of your work. Do, 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 do. I'm literally into watching people drinking coffee the morning now. I would watch you drink coffee and tea. You know what I see is the new thing on YouTube. I don't know if you guys have heard of this, but there's a new category on YouTube called study with me stuff. Um and it's people live streaming and they're not talking. They just have their camera up and they're literally just studying. Sometimes they have background music or they're just drinking coffee. They totally ignore the chat. And I guess the idea is if you work from home, it simulates you being in a room with someone so it can hold you accountable. Yeah, that's a new thing. I've been seeing some of that. Um yeah, and I've also seen a lot of obnoxious, I mean, I guess you can say it's all obnoxious, but really obnoxious ASMR channels where it's just so random and crazy. Like I saw one from this chick, she dressed up as Lord Farquaad and she was doing ASMR. I said, "Okay, this is pretty funny. This is pretty funny." Um Let's see. Watching your docu right now, had no idea you made one. No idea you made one. Been following you for years. I'm not sure if I'm understanding that half part of that, unless I'm just not reading. I probably am not computing correctly. But I hope you enjoy the documentary. uh, let's see. Thank you, Brandy. I appreciate that. Um, I used to make maple shakes at home all the time. It's so good. It's so good. Uh Since Corner says, "Hi Vanessa, not sure if you've seen this before. When I mentioned it a few weeks ago, but your documentary made my top 10 for 2023. Just wanted to give a shout that out again." That says so much. Graham, did you hear that? Did you hear that, Graham? Top 10 documentaries of 2023. Thank you, Sin. I hope you're well. Hope you're doing well. I miss the locals. Voice chat, not gonna lie. Would you be down to do another chat? And another chat, Choco and Gothics. I would definitely like to do another chat. I just have to find a time. The thing is I we were doing it on weekends, and it's difficult because I try to do anything that I want to do for my streaming. I try to do it on the weekdays. At least that's my goal. So then the weekends is totally to my husband and family. So if you guys are flexible doing it the weekdays, I think that'd be better. Maybe like a Wednesday. What do you guys think? Joyride says, "Just hopped in Topics by Gothics. This channel should definitely be called Topics with Gothics. Get it? Topics? Topics." That's good. I like that. I like that. That's cute. Topics with Gothics. So what topics should we talk about? Hmm? Bree says, "Good to see you on. I'm listening but doing mom stuff." I love it. I love it. Apparently, Bree likes to listen to me as she does mom stuff. I've heard that I am a good person to listen to while people are multitasking. Personally, if I had to listen to myself, I would probably cry because it's like nails on a chalkboard. I mean it. um, let's see. Do 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 do. Okay. I shall lurk here. Love your YouTube content. Hey, thank you. And Marky, thank you. Over on Rumble, I see no budget less. What's up, Gothics? Glad to catch you live for once. Welcome. Where to watch the documentary? So you guys can watch it on lore.tv. It's a subscription based platform that's trying to create Christian content that doesn't suck. You don't have to be a Christian to watch the content, by the way, but there is sort of this how do you say? There is this stereotype about Christian movies and they're not very good. All right. So you can watch my documentary on lore.tv. If you use code Gothics, you get 10% off your first month and a 7-day free trial. So you can pretty much watch the documentary like right now. Right now. It's amazing. I heard maple has the worst kind of sugar even possible, bordering on toxic. That sounds about right. It's so good. It's so good. Cringe though it may be, can we agree that Ben Shapiro is an infinitely better rapper than Mosey and Pump? Who is Mosey? I've heard of Mr. Pump, Little Pump. Who is Mosey? These names are so dumb. I'm gonna make a chart. I think we should do that as a project. A chart of all of these stupid, unoriginal rapper names. Like, think about it for a second. Think about it. I'm going to tell you guys a story, all right? Really quickly. I'm going to tell you guys a story. You know who Mosey is, Graham? Stop. I have this friend, right? He's a musician, he's a rapper. He makes his own beats. I think he's really good. I went to one show that he did and I actually enjoyed it. He was talking about, overcoming drug addiction, overcoming depression, and he was rapping. And I'm like, yo, that is really cool. A few months later, not even a whole year, a few months later, comes out with a new album. He's talking about money, 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 bitches, hoes, money, bitches, hoes, and whatever other check boxes go into rapping, mainstream rap, I should say. And I'm like, what happened? Like what? And the music video is exactly what you would imagine of that type of music. And then it got me thinking, wait a minute, like if you think of all of the rapper names, they're all carbon copies of each other. Like you got Young Ma, Little Ma. You got like all of these names are just variations. You put little, small, big. I don't get it. Why? I don't understand. I like Mosey. Yeah, that's still I'm gonna have to look this person up. Mosey. Um I made maple candied bacon for the first time in a couple of weeks. It was so good. Okay. Hot take, hot take. Bacon is good as an embellishment, but too much bacon is I'm not a fan. It's too much. It's too overpowering. You just need a little, you know? I don't like too much bacon. I'm listening to you while watching The Office on the episode where the kids come home to work. I don't remember that episode, but I love The Office. I mean, if you went Ugandan Gothics, I'd be down to listen to you all day. I can do that. I can do that. Hi, Gothics. I just want to say we love you here. If you're ever looking for a hubby, hit me up. My friend, I'm so sorry you are so late. You are so late. No can do. I'm flattered, really, though. I'm very flattered. Let's see. There was another super chat from Sagittarius who says, welcome back, Gothics. I've missed you. I've missed you too. Over on Rumble, no budget less ask, what's the topic for this live today? I never have a topic. Never. Maybe you guys should supply me the topics. Maybe I should post something maybe, like an hour before the stream and you guys let me know, what are we talking about? Because if it were up to me, we would be talking about the most random things, which is exactly what we're doing right now. Uh, my queen. It was an embellishment to my pancakes. Let's see. Hi, mentors. Great to see you. Hope all is well. Miss you as well, mentors. Hope you've been good. There is a super here from Priest Valen, who says, "So happy to see my favorite crypto analyst back. Hope you and your husband are doing well. We're doing so well. I hope you guys learned something from that crypto stream. Something. I don't know what, but it makes me wonder if people really fall for that stuff. Have I heard of Brittany Simon? Never heard of this person. I used to eat chocolate chip pancakes. What do you mean used to? What was that? Was that about? Used to? Mm, mm, I don't know what that is. What do you think about Tucker's interview with Putin? Is it out yet? Is it out? I would like to catch it. The only downside is I'm assuming Putin doesn't speak English. So I have to rely on a translator. How do I have to have faith that said translator is actually translating correctly. Um, but yeah, I don't have much of an opinion on it until I see it, but I encourage people to talk. I mean, it's kind of Putin refuses to speak English. That's actually funny. That's funny. Uh yeah, I mean people should be able to talk, you know? If you are discouraged from speaking to someone for whatever reason, to me that's sort of I don't know. I would question the other person. Don't speak to them. Like, okay. How do you I'm only getting one side of the conversation. I don't That's cancel culture. Pretty sure Tucker didn't ask any hard-hitting questions if he's still alive. Ah, boy. Sexy Red and Sukihana are worse than Cardi B. I never thought I'd see the day. Yeah, it's I don't even know who that person is. Sukihana. I don't know. But it's kind of crazy how back in the day, if you look, I like to look at old timey photos and videos, and it's crazy how uh someone like let's say Elvis, for example, the way that Elvis would dance on stage, parents were freaking out about it. And now look where we are. It's like how does this how it's crazy. I wonder what people would think from that generation looking at it now like I wish I could be a fly on the wall. Did you see that video of the ballet teacher lamenting about how her 5-year-old students wanted to listen to Sexy Red? Yeah, I saw that. It's sad. It's so sad. But you know, it's I don't know. It I don't freaking know, man. It's sad. That's all I can say is just sad. it's sad that some people are, like, upset that kids are getting exposed to that type of music, but then they still listen to that type of music. Like, for me, I can't listen to a lot of music I listened to before because 'cause I'm like, "Okay, beat sounds good, but listen to the lyrics. Why would I be enjoying a song that is glorifying all of this really bad stuff?" You know? So, I don't know, it's I can see in a way how we've gotten to this place. Heard a clip on Ben Shapiro and I felt my brain leaking out of my ear. Very good. Very good. What's sadder is how often did that ballet teacher listen to the music like that and thought no big deal until now? I mean, I don't know. Mm, 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 mm. I've never seen someone make such a fortuitous effort. I've never even heard of that word. I like it though. Fortuitous effort to set black women back decades. I wouldn't even give her that much credit though. I don't think one female rapper has the ability to send black women back. I think and I actually made a video about this. I have to see if it's unprivated because I that's one that I want public. But I had made a video on this whole idea of black women as being this collective. And if you listen to the language that people have in society, it's like people will usually refer to black women as a collective when they're trying to refer to something good. But when it's something bad, they try to distance themselves from the collective. And then, like, even something subtle like that, and the way that we identify groups of people instead of acknowledging that people have their own free will to contribute to society, right? Instead of doing that, it's like you end up in this mess. So one thing that I notice, it's like again, the collective of black women, a lot of them will applaud women for being these powerful, empowering female whatever, right? And they'll applaud someone like Cardi B or Meg The Stallion or whatever, and then they'll try to distance themselves when that stereotype from, not calling out that behavior ends up being the stereotype that most people reference when they're talking about black women. It's like, you can't be mad, in other words, you can't be mad that black women have this ghetto stereotype attached to them, and then as a black woman applaud the ghetto-ness. Like, it doesn't make any sense. So you gotta pick and choose what you want. And so someone like me who says, "That's ghetto," if I criticize someone, Sexy Red, and I say, "That behavior is ghetto," now I hate black women. Oh, so I hate all black women because I said how Sexy Red is acting is ghetto. Are you saying that that behavior is a representation of black women? Then don't be upset when someone says black women are ghetto. Which one do you want? I'm bougie ghetto? I don't even know what that means. I have no idea. White women do the same. Number one example, Madonna, who was a fellow Michigander. I don't even know what is a Michigander. So at times I'm her fan, but she is kind of the pioneer of the sexy reds. See, I'm going to disagree with you on this because here is the interesting phenomenon about identity politics. Now, let me just preface by saying I see things a lot differently now as a believer in Christ. I see everyone as one human race. I literally don't see color. Obviously, if I look in the mirror, I know I'm brown, but I am not a brown woman, a black woman. I am just a woman. Um, and so all that to say, there isn't an effort to categorize people, white women in their own subcategory, unless you're using it in the context of trying to, you know, race bait and add to this whole narrative of white supremacy and all that stuff. Usually, the only time I ever hear people bring up white women is when you got something racist to say. Okay. But otherwise, what do you see within like the black community? Black women, black excellence, black girl magic, blackity black, black, blackity black, black, black. So you got one side trying to fit people in a box, and if you don't fit into that box, you're not acting black. You're acting white. Gothics, you're acting white. Why? Because I listen to music that isn't sexy red. Is that what you mean by acting? Because I have a decent vocabulary. I'm not the smartest, but I have a decent vocabulary, so I'm acting white. Like, what do you mean by this? But with white women or white people, white, I don't hear much of that. You're not acting white. What is that? You're not acting white? But I'll hear it on my side. You're not acting black. What does that mean? so so yeah, I would disagree with you on that. I think on the black side, there's more of an effort to have people assimilate and adhere to this black template. But on the white side, I mean, according to the wokies, white people have no culture. So I didn't make the rules. It's confusing. Nothing makes sense. What does acting white even mean? I have no idea. I'm still trying to figure that out. Still. That's why they said, what's his name? Um, the white face of black, no, the black face of white supremacy. Larry Elder. What are you trying to say? He's the black face of white supremacy. So, what is white supremacy? Break it down into small answers. Like, what is it that we're talking about? Oh, man. Oh, really says, you sound white. No, I call it educated. Oh, that's correct. That's correct. Mm-hmm. Aaron Martin says, hope you're having a great week. Been feeling depressed lately. You are a shining light and shows that there is hope in this bleak world. Oh my goodness. Aaron, I am covering you with virtual hugs. Please come into my warm embrace as I cover you and try to, I just ate my microphone, and try to take away your depression. I don't have the power to do that. But I can relate. I can relate. A word of advice though, a word of advice, stay away from bad news. You don't have to keep yourself sheltered, but studies have shown that if you struggle with depression, social media and the news will make it worse. So replace it with some other things, some good things. Do some spring cleaning, read a new book, pick up a hobby, do some art, have conversations. That helps a lot. She eats her microphone to intimidate the depression. Read the Bible. Ding, 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 ding. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Ba, ba, ba. God loves everyone, but he wants everyone to repent and believe in Jesus Christ. Correct. Correct. Man, politics suck. Y'all want to talk about Avatar Netflix remake or Final Fantasy VII Rebirth? I don't even want to talk about that. I've actually never played Final Fantasy, so I have no comments on that. None. Beth says, hello, Gothics in chat. First time chatting, catching you live. Welcome, Beth. Over on Rumble, I got some chats here. Mentor says, Black History Trivia 2024. Who was the first Black woman to graduate from Columbia University School of Law in 1946 and then become the first female Manhattan Borough president in New York in 1965? Man, I don't know. This is why I don't do trivia. You want to know how I answer trivia? It's called cell phone under the table. That's how I yeah, I can't play these games. It's like me playing Monopoly, just passing the fake money underneath the table. I'm terrible. I'm so bad. Betrayed. Taylor, I heard that you know a good ramen place. Is that what I heard through the grapevine? Mm? Mm? Well, my friend, I'll have you know I am a ramen connoisseur. And I'm very much looking forward to engaging in some ramen. Yes. Many may not appreciate what I have to say here, but whiteness is not about skin color. It's about abolishing capitalism. But how does that make sense? So is socialism blackness? Like, I'm just like, from a logical perspective, why even say that capitalism, its nickname is whiteness? So is socialism, aka poverty, blackness? And I'm serious. I'm just trying to figure out what the logic is here, because if that's the case, oh my goodness. Oh man, it's about abolishing private property. Private property. I see. Wara Wara on Hope Street. I went to a ramen place on Hope Street. I don't remember the name of it. I wonder if it was that one, but this was a couple of years ago. I don't know how long the one you're talking about has been there. Okay. Let's see. Gothics, what is cultural appropriation? It sounds more like making culture. Why are you calling me, Leon? I am streaming right now. So am I. Say hi. Ah! Say hi. You say hi. Hi. You say hi. Show your face. I want. What do you mean? Show my face? I'm right here. Yeah. Look, I just wanted to, I just wanted to say, I'm happy you got your channel back, you heathen. Oh, thank you. But I must say, you must do a better job promoting the Bible. I will tell you why. You did not sell the Bible on me in a good way. If you would have sold the Bible on me by telling me that it is a book full of the most depraved fucking stories under the sun, you would get more people to read it. I just read how a guy from Jesus, God above, said, go sacrifice your son, and he was about to do it. Promote the Bible like that. You will get more people to read it. No. First of all, I'm not trying to sell the Bible to anyone, boo boo. I don't make commission. Okay, there's no sale quota here. Okay, you're yelling. All right. However, well, you're black. I mean, black people, they have this angry persona about them. So I understand. I'm gonna give you some grace here. I will say, your arguments about how you would be more interested, that's the same argument that I hear from atheists when they say they don't want to read the Bible. Is they'll bring up those stories and say, look how crazy the Bible is. I'm reading the So, all that to say, it's not a one size fits all, but I'm glad that you're reading the Bible though. Have you have you learned anything good, valuable? All right, Leon, I'm hanging up now. Goodbye. Goodbye. There are a lot of kids in the Bible, I will say that. Okay, what were we talking about now? What are we talking about here? The Bible taught me that God blesses those who are naughty. Example number one, Moses was on the run for murder when God appeared to him. I have learned that God will use people that don't even know who God is, and he will bless people without them even acknowledging him. I don't know why, but it all works out for his plan. I'm living proof of that. Because in retrospect, looking at how God was using my life, and I'm like, oh, not using my life, how he was intervening in my life. I'm like, oh, that happened because that happened, and that happened because of that happened, and you kind of just work backwards. Yes, God turns all things for good. Yes. Yes, absolutely. Leon just ruined my question too. Ugh. He usually does that. Yeah. He does that. Hi Gothics, I've been following you since you came back after to gamer since you came back after 2 gamer days, and I follow Ruin Leon since his start. This is awesome to see you both so far. Oh my goodness. Well, welcome. How do I say your name? Mia's? Maya's? I think it's Mia's. That's an interesting spelling. I've never seen that name before. Well, welcome, welcome. Um, let's see. I'm scrolling up. I'm a Christian, not a socialist. Just to be clear, that's very. I'm glad that you are not a socialist because I don't think anyone. I mean, in my opinion, I don't want to starve to death. It's usually what socialism is. No freedom. It's like a facade of freedom. Mm. Uh Inherent racism is presented as having an unfair advantage due to passing down private property. Inherent racism. Unfair advantage due to passing down private property. If you boil it down. That's so annoying. Because that's in a way suggesting that black people or brown people or whoever can receive racism and not give it back, because apparently racism is dependent on what you look like these days. But what does that say about them where they cannot build something going forward because they weren't handed something? I know a lot of people that grew up in poverty that aren't poor now, and it's like, why don't we focus on that, mirror what they did, as opposed to we got to get rid of whiteness. What? Say what now? Is Leon at the shooting range? I don't think so. Let's see. What was the ramen place we went to when I was in town? So that I forgot what the name of it was, but that place actually closed. They have a new ramen place there where it's like some type of, like, I don't know if it's a buffet style. It's some weird setup that they have. That I haven't been there yet. But yeah, that place is gone. Which is doo doo butt cheek. Okay, so the question. Here's the question. I didn't forget it. What is cultural appropriation? It sounds more like making culture appropriate for the public not making it PC to its origin. Seems like folks love making up terms. So the way that I identify cultural appropriation is that um I'm trying to think of something. I don't know. I am half Cape Verdean and I would identify cultural appropriation as uh some white DJ taking a Cape Verdean song and remixing it into dubstep. uh, and I don't know, doing something like that. You are appropriating the music of my people. However, even if that's the case, which I mean that happens, people will take aspects of people's heritage and then refurbish it for their own personal whatever. Uh who cares? Like I don't care. These things are just they have no real meaning aside from the sensitivity we apply to them. You know, like I am attached to Cape Verdean music because I am Cape Verdean. Did I actually make this song? No. Is using this song um doing something to negatively impact my life? No. So what's the issue? I think overall human beings have a tendency to complain about things just to complain, things that don't actually matter, you know? So that's my opinion on that. I had some super chats. Let me see. Super chats. One was from Mellow. Mellow says, hit. mm, Oh, Mellow gave me a sticker. Hippo character flips around and does a V sign with his hand while the word victory appears in the background. Thank you, Mellow. I also have another super from Disco Cobra. Sup, Gothics looking fly as always. So not biblical, but what games you playing or anticipating for this year? I'm still doing pretty good spiritually, staying prayed up. That's what I'm talking about, and studying with my teachers. What games am I looking forward to this year? I don't really have any games that I'm looking forward to. I'm so out of the loop when it comes to games. I just hear my husband complain about it. Yeah, because there was like what's the game that just came out? People are bugging over it. The whole Kill the Justice League one. What are the characters' name? I forget. But apparently they destroyed it. So it's like I just am not motivated to spend $70 on a game that I'm probably gonna be at a higher risk of hating. You know, back in the day, it's like very rarely I would spend money on the game and end up hating it. But now it's like, at least with my husband, he almost every new game he gets, he hates. So I don't know. Suicide Squad. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There we go. Yep. Do, 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 do. Let's see. Mentor says over on Rumble, I myself would think it's flattering that others would want to add my content or culture to share with a wider audience. That's how I look at it. Cryptic Owl says racism is just a ploy to distract the masses from what is really important. The evil elites be executing their agendas in plain sight, but people are so blind they don't see it and don't care. Facts. Yeah. Yep. 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 Mm-hmm. Um, I feel like you just said this and it put an idea in my head of how would we illustrate that to someone who doesn't recognize the the underlying problem instead of just seeing things as racism and microaggressions. We should be looking at it as sin. It is evil. Okay. Some people don't, most people don't see it that way. They try to categorize all of these things. And then when you said this, it got me thinking like, I feel like a good illustration of this would be, you know, the stereotypes about how, well, not really stereotypes, this actually happens, of how parents will tell kids, if a white van pulls up beside you and the guy driving the van says, "I have ice cream in the back," you do not get in the van. Okay. So if I just for a second took the van and put representation, diversity, or I can say racism, microaggressions, or something like that. It's like I feel like people would get in the van because it looks like something, but it's not actually that thing. It's like, no, you're being baited into something else. I don't know why I thought of that. Let's see. I've never read the Bible, but I feel as if I were to read one religious text, then I would want to read what other religions are saying because a lot of them tend to say the exact same thing. That is awesome that you say that, and that is exactly what you should do. When it, and I haven't read every single religious text out there, all right? Because I don't got time for that. But I have done my research to the extent that I got my questions answered. You're right. A lot of these other religions all say the same thing. So, what I tell people is instead of just, for example, joining a religion because it feels good or because it applies to your life, do your research and find out what the differences are. I think the differences are the most important thing. How do all of these religions vary? Because I think the differences are more important than what are the same. Okay? Um yeah, so you should research, you should ask questions. Um Mentor says Gothics. Actually, no, hold on. Before Mentors, Cherished Beloved says Konnichiwa. Hey, remember when we were talking about the whole humans come from monkeys thing? Watch Inherit the Wind, free on Tubi. I think it shows the beginning of Charles Darwin's. Oh, really? Ideology? All right, I'm going to have to add that to my list. Movie is definitely biased to a side. Okay, I'll remember that. So, Pusheen the cat says, "So, do we vote for Trump 2024? Y'all vote for whoever you want, but use your brain, okay? Use your brain. And then also, what I would recommend, because I really feel for people that put all of their hope in politicians, because if that politician doesn't come through or doesn't keep his promises or something else happens to said politician, I really feel for these people because it's like that was their savior. Do not put your faith in a political savior. Not good. Won't work. They're not going to eradicate sin. Okay? So just use your brain. If I'm being totally honest with you, regardless of who wins elections this year, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be so crazy. So buckle up, okay? um uh Mentors asks, did you hear about Nikki Haley and the Nevada vote? Apparently, Nota won by a landslide, but she was only one on the ballot. Too funny. None of the above. None of the above won by a landslide? What? I did not hear about any of this. Vote for whoever you choose, but expect the consequences for getting what you want. With the good also comes the bad, or run for office yourself and set a better example. Yes. Yep. Yep. Charles Darwin really hated religious people mostly because of his father. Hmm. What I find odd is that diversity requires a degree of separation to exist by definition. Humans go through great lengths to separate animals and plants in order to preserve diversity. Hmm. Hi, Beth. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for tuning in. Yeah, if in the case of racism or any other thing, people gotta stop thinking everyone they meet is gonna or gotta like you. Yeah, that's the other thing too. And I mean, I think it you get one or two things. You get the people that are very militant about being liked. If you don't like me, you're a bad person. And then you got the other people, which I think I fell into. I think most people do, is you don't like me. I don't feel like I have any value. I feel alone. And I think I mean I could admit this now, but back a few years ago, I never recognized this about myself, but I craved attention and acceptance from the world so badly. And then the whole cancel culture thing, when that happened, I'm like, I felt just, like nothing because I was basing my value on everyone else's perception of me. Um, and I would say a lot of people are like that. Coffee or tea? Right now I'm drinking tea, but I prefer coffee. God, thanks. You have some amazing peeps in this chat, young lady. Well, thank you. Thank you. I do try my best to cultivate a nice, sane community of people who are willing to have conversations without calling each other crazy. Although it does occasionally happen from time to time, yes, but I don't think it's to the degree of how we started. I think when I started streaming some of the political stuff, it was definitely a lot more not good. Liberty vegan. Ask yourself, do I want to be able to complain about the immigration crisis and the cost of groceries without being shit on for voting for Biden? Then vote. And the thing is most people, and this is also why, let me get on my soapbox for a second. Hold on. Let me get on my soapbox. This is why, my friends, forgiveness is so important. It is so important. Instead of looking at your fellow progressive, liberal, leftist, communist, socialist as a bad person or an idiot. We're all kind of idiots if you think about it. At one point, we've all done some dumb things. Instead of looking at them like that, look at them as them being blind. They did not know. If I had to guess, I would say the majority of people who are very vocal about politics don't actually know what the heck they're talking about. They probably just vote for people based on how they feel or based on what other people have to say about them, about whoever it is that they're voting for. I heard, so it must be true. I read two sentences in this article, so it must be true. How do I know? I used to be like this. I can relate. I understand. Who knew that politics was more involved than reading a headline? I had no idea. So, yeah, I think a lot of people, and I think most politicians intend for it to be this way, which is why there's such a heavy emphasis on uh, appealing to emotions. Because if you can get people to react emotionally and support you without actually thinking about what it is that they're supporting, then that's just going to be better for you. So, yeah, forgiveness is important. It is so important. And if you don't want to forgive the people who voted for Biden, then you have no right to complain. Like zero, none. Because the way that I see it, how do you expect unity if you yourself don't want to forgive? You just fighting with fire. Okay, because that works, right? Mm. Super Galactic Fantastic Dimension says, you made a great point about differences. Folks point out similarities, implying sameness. The major difference, salvation by faith in Jesus. No other name given among men by which we must be saved. Mhm. Yep, folks point out similarities, implying sameness. The major difference, salvation by faith in Jesus. Yep. Yep. Amen. Um, I like how the soapbox voice is English. Yeah, if you guys don't know, I love making weird noises. I'm just very random like that. But the whole English voice, I don't know, it's always been my favorite. I've yet to meet someone who's been offended by me doing so. And even if they were offended, I wouldn't stop. Because there are bigger problems in the world, but that's just me. What? The reviews of the documentary have been amazing though, so we're trying to lean into that. Graham is talking to John. What does John say? I don't know what John said. Oh, how goes the docu? Seeing good numbers? Yeah, guys, go watch the documentary. Go watch it. And if you know someone who would like to do a showing and maybe have me there, let me know. Obviously, if you live in like, Australia, I can't do that. Uh, but yeah, let me know. We need some help getting the word out. Um do 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 do. Ba, 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 ba. My children were almost homeless because of Biden. I'll take your soapbox about forgiveness with a grain of salt. Thank you. Well, at least you're taking the forgiveness soapbox with some salt because you need some seasoning in your food, otherwise the food will be nonsense. Um but again, here's something to consider. So sorry that your children were almost homeless because of Biden. This is the point that I make about people who put their faith in political candidates, whether or not it's left or right, conservative or progressive. It's not what policies are these people offering that's the question. It's what is the underlying worldview of what it is that these people uh are promoting. Like every single law that gets put into legislation, that gets like, every single law comes from someone's morality. Morality is always getting legislated. So you have to look at, what do these people actually believe aside from high taxes, low taxes, electric vehicles? No, no. Open borders. No, 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 no. What do they actually believe? Where is their ultimate standard of morality coming from? And if we ignore that conversation completely, as many people want to do, we're always going to be in this cycle of people feeling the ramifications of certain policies. It's always going to happen. So that would be my suggestion. Let's see. Hair looks good. Oh, thank you, Killer Chris. You're so lovely. Thank you. Do, 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 do. Is there a lore app or do we have to? I think they were working on getting it on Roku. I'm not sure if that's available yet. That showing in PVD was great to watch, meet more of the community, etc. Loved it. Yeah, I would love to do another one. I want to do more. Do, 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 do. Here's the other thing that I'll say about forgiveness too, and then I'll get off my forgiveness soapbox just for now. When we choose not to forgive people, it's also implying that we are also undeserving of forgiveness. It implies that we have never done wrong and will never do wrong. And we all have done wrong. Everybody. So if we can't forgive someone, how can other people forgive us? And then also it's like we can easily say, "Well, I'm not as bad as that person," right? I'm not as bad as that person, but what do you mean by bad? Like what does that mean? Based on whose standard? Where's our standard of good and bad? Where does that come from? When we compare ourselves to our own standard, of course we're going to look good because we're making up our own moral standard on the fly. So, really, what is the objective moral standard that we're following? It all comes back to a point, and that point is God, not a pyramid. Oh, is this the Illuminati symbol? I'm not with them. I'm not. Yeah, man. Anyways, yeah, it comes to a point. So, yeah. All right, I'll get off my box now. I believe that we're being held back from engaging in aspects of our walk in our faith with unforgiveness. My father verbally abused my family, took our homes, and then some. I forgave him even when he laughed. That's that takes a lot to be able to forgive. I've forgiven people, and some people never apologized to me. They never apologized. They may even still deny a lot of the things that they did, but I still forgave them. Doesn't matter if they don't get it. It's between you and God. He knows if it's real, true forgiveness. Yep. Exactly. Yeah. Here's the other thing too. I wouldn't forgive just for the sake of doing a performance either. Cause again, God can tell if you're being sincere. And you can just fake forgive someone just to say that you did. Yeah, 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 I forgive. And then you're just seething with bitterness and you're just corroding from the inside out. Ugh. Gross. I would not recommend that. I took a long time before I was able to forgive people. And honestly, if it wasn't for God, I wouldn't have been able to do it. I was that bitter. I have forgiven actually all of the people that canceled me. Everyone. Even the people who are still actively currently saying mean things about me online, I forgive you. I do. It is what it is. I choose not to forgive. All right, I'm sorry. I thought we were going to get off the forgiveness topic, but you guys are just you listen, you guys are rolling with the convo. I'm going to roll with it too. I choose not to forgive due to the disrespect put on my growing family from a family member that refuses to admit she's wrong. I have lived just fine without them and I will continue to do so now. So, this is what I would say. I had the same exact perspective. There was a family member that did some really terrible things to my family and myself when I was growing up. And as I got older, I hadn't seen this family member for like 15 years. And I'm like, I don't need them. I'm fine. I don't need to forgive. And eventually, I ended up forgiving this person. I ended up having a face to face conversation to them. I invited them to my wedding, and they denied everything. Didn't apologize, denied everything. I still forgave. Now, this doesn't mean that we're buddy buddy, right? I don't have an obligation to act like nothing ever happened in the sense that we're going to be hanging out, right? If that were to happen naturally, okay, fine, but I'm not going to force it. I'm not going to chase this person. But I have been able to forgive. Now, here's the question because you mentioned religion earlier. This is the main thing about religion is once you recognize that there is an ultimate creator and that and that Jesus died on the cross to be able to take our sins on him. Essentially what that means is he forgives us even when we don't deserve it because we're all bad. I mean, let's be real, we've all done bad. We are terrible. So, he forgives us. And if we can't forgive other people for being bad, how the heck is God going to forgive us? And it says this in the Bible. If you're thinking about reading the Bible, it says, if you don't forgive, then neither will I. I'm not going to forgive you. So Christians have that different perspective than people who don't. I find, and this is something I noticed very early on when I had my political conversion, if you will. I had my political conversion. I took the red pill, and I noticed that a lot of the people I was talking to, just like I'm talking to now, a lot of the red pillars who didn't know God were very bitter. But a lot of the people mentioning Jesus were very loving. Like they were open to forgiving. And my brain couldn't compute, but I also recognize that fighting fire with fire doesn't work. And it's like I said, it comes back to that reality that if you have God who is offering redemption and forgiveness, but you can't forgive someone for something that they did wrong, then how is he going to forgive you? And then on top of it, you have the question of, well, what do you mean by good? Right? What is your standard of good? If I don't forgive Bob, sorry, Bob, for doing something wrong, am I referencing an objective moral standard? Because God is my standard of good. But apart from God, what do I mean by good? So Bob just did something that I personally find wrong, but it's not technically grounded by anything, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Curse you, Bob, for doing something inappropriate that I'm offended by. How dare you? So we should forgive. Damn it, Bob, I'm just tired of your shenanigans. That's why your hairline is non-existent. I'm sorry, Bob. That was mean. uh, I lost my dad at 15 and it's still very painful. And my nan told me to get over it. That hurt me hard, but God helped me to forgive her. That's tough. That's tough. You can only forgive the people that have disappointed, just like you make peace with the enemy. You can only forgive the people that have disappointed, just like you make peace with the enemy. Excuse me. There was one of the parables in the Bible actually talks about this guy who had slaves, and one of his servants owed a lot of debt that the servant could not pay back, and so the owner, or I forget if they refer to him as an owner or a slave owner or whatever, but this guy basically forgave this servant of all of his debt. He was like, you know what? I forgive you. You don't have to pay me back. You are free. And so the servant immediately gets out, because otherwise, if he didn't pay back the debt, he would have to be tortured in some like prison. So immediately after he's forgiven, he sees someone who owes him money and starts choking him up, saying, "You better give me my money." And so the other servants go back to the master who forgave the original servant, and they told them what happened. So the master calls the guy back and says, "I just forgave you. I just showed you mercy, and you can't give other people mercy. Lock him up." So again, based on our own standards, when we choose to sort of like, I'll forgive you, but not you. And ultimately, the person whose forgiveness really matters, uh, he's not going to forgive us if we live like that. He's one of the king's servants. Okay, yeah. I had just read it a couple of days ago, and then I forgot. It's like, is it because when you say like slave in the biblical context, people freak out. They're like, I told you God condones slavery. That's so it's like, the lingo. I have to be up to date on the lingo. Let's see. Do. The Front Porch Conservative. Hey, Lady G. Glad to see your channel is back up and running. Hope all is well with you and Mr. Saucy Saul. He's doing so good. Thank you so much for checking in on me. Let's see. Joseph says forgiveness is slightly hypothetical. Hypothetical and selfish. Why? Because forgiveness is mostly inner peace. Therefore, when I forgive, it's purely selfish in selfish purposes. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think if you're looking at it like that, then it is like that. But I forgive because the Lord forgives me, not because I want to get something. Yeah, I mean, I would think for me personally, I get peace from that. But if you look at it from a selfish perspective, then it is a selfish perspective. But I extend forgiveness because forgiveness was extended to me and it's what I should do. And I don't want to be bitter. Bitter isn't good. There was another comment here. What was it? It was about red pillars. Where was it? Red pillars without Jesus are condemning and bitter. For the most part, I'll agree with that. There might be some exceptions, and I think if you're a red pillar who isn't a believer but sees that behavior as being toxic, I think that's a good sign. If you see it as normal, like this is what the red pill movement does, just sort of like, it's all bitter towards the left. It's like, well, that's not gonna do anything. Not gonna do nothing. Aside from forgiveness, there has to be accountability at play as well. Just because you forgive doesn't mean the other party will take accountability. It's self bondage in itself when you're in denial. So let me read that again. Aside from forgiveness, there has to be accountability at play as well. Just because you forgive doesn't mean the other party will take accountability. Yeah, right. Doesn't mean the other party will take accountability. So again, from a perspective of someone who believes in Jesus Christ and believes in life after death, this this situation looks drastically different from someone who doesn't believe, and this is why. Because people who believe in God believe that God is just and and everyone is going to get exactly what they're owed. So if you are, I don't know, just the most evil person who's ever walked the face of the planet, and then you die in that sin, God is going to give you what you're owed. Everyone's going to be judged for what they've done on earth, right? Now, if you don't believe, this looks a little bit different because let's say there is someone who committed a murder or uh someone who abused their political power to starve people or to take away people's private property, and then that person dies. A lot of people, assuming they don't believe in God, will think justice was never served. And that is the ultimate reality about that type of worldview, is that there are a lot of people who do evil in this world that essentially get away with it. Like the justice system, there's always people falling through the cracks and people get away with things all the time. So what then? You know? So as far as people not being held accountable, yeah, we should hold people accountable, but we also shouldn't put our faith in that always happening, in the sense of like, someone making up for what they do, because some people don't. Some people have no desire to apologize, no desire to acknowledge what they've done, no desire to make amends. They don't care. They don't care. And so me waiting around for that person to own up to that, it's like, what's that going to do? What's that going to do? But what I can do is I can pray for them. I can pray that God touches that person's heart and changes that person, or I can just stay bitter and angry that they don't acknowledge what they've done. And that just doesn't work. So, yeah, all that to say, everyone's going to be held accountable either right now or later. And sometimes God holds people accountable right now. Actually, a lot of times. You'll get you'll get what you're owed right now, and if not, definitely later. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Do, 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 do. I'm glad to get things off my chest in this live. My wife's been watching too many whatever and Andrew Tate. Yeah, that would make anyone's brain deteriorate. I catch some clips of the whatever podcast. There's some interesting ones on there, but the religious clips are usually the ones that I see. And oh my goodness, I just cringe. I cringe so hard. Yeah, I believe in Jesus. As you proceed to do OnlyFans. Oh, what? Hey, Sid's Reality just became a member. Hey, Sid, thank you so much. Thank you so much for becoming a member. There was also a super that I missed from Cryptic Howl says, please react to Tom McDonald's new song with Ben Shapiro. Raps in it. Pretty please. Come on. I've given financial support for this moment. That's probably honestly, I've already seen it. It's okay. Please don't make me do that. Please don't make me. Oh man. Yep, that sermon this Sunday was so good. Yeah, the sermon was about offense. It was wonderful. So good. Um No, it was so bad. I don't think Shapiro has a career in rapping, and I think he knows that. And honestly, out of all the songs that I haven't listened to a lot of recent Tom McDonald songs, but that one I wasn't too much of a fan of. I'm like, "Meh." That's just my opinion. All right, don't at me. Don't at me. Don't be sliding in his DMs. Says, you hear what Gothic said about you? Shut up. That's my opinion. uh, yeah, it was funny, but musically, I'm like, I've heard better. Oh man. I wanted to hear more bars. If he had at least a few, like maybe like an extra minute of rapping, if he could have actually done that, maybe it would have changed my. You know what? Forget it. I want a whole album of Ben Shapiro rapping. It wasn't necessarily good, but it provided sufficient entertainment. I think that was the point. I think for what it was, it achieved its goal. Definitely. Mm, 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 mm. Do not react to that. The bit of Ruslan's commentary on whatever is tough to get through, like, how is that a platform? I don't think I caught that one. I'm gonna have to go see what that is. I did not see that. It seems to me that forgiveness is more about you than them. Otherwise, how could you move on and live your best life? Forgiveness is about you than them. How could you move on and live your best life? I'm not sure if I'm understanding that. Because even if someone didn't apologize or if I didn't forgive, you can still, live your life. I don't know about living your best life. I don't even know what that means anymore. It can mean anything these days. Um Literally what you just mentioned, OnlyFans Christian spoiler, she doesn't believe the whole Bible. Oh yeah. Well, I've seen a few girls like that on that show. So I guess I'm not surprised. Yeah. I don't believe the whole Bible. Oh, what? How It's really bad. That's what I would call cultural Christianity. Is you kind of just, picking. You have a new horror game for me. What is it? Excuse me, it is Mrs. Gothics. Thank you. What's the game? Over on Rumble, I see Perdido. Hi, Perdido. Perdido. Does God forgive Satan? Ooh, that's a really good question. I don't know what that would be like. Logically, I would say he probably would, but I don't think if I had to guess, I don't think Satan is interested in repenting. Satan is very prideful. And, part of you submitting to Jesus, submitting to the Lord is humbling yourself. It's kind of difficult when you're Satan. So yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I was just saying that Satan is too prideful to repent. Yeah. I'll stick with math rocks instead of filling my pants with horror games. Math rocks? What? Poppy Playtime? Why does that sound like a $4 budget game? No, I'm not playing that. Oh no, I've seen this character. Oh no, it's one of those. This is a jump scare one, right? No, you know what? I used to love jump scare games. I don't think every horror game is a jump scare game, by the way. But there's certain games where it's like the whole goal is to make you shit your pants repeatedly. Yeah, nah. You know what game that reminds me of? I want to see you play this, Ruin Leon. Emily wants to play. I want to see you play that. That game had me bugging. Dead by Daylight isn't scary. That's not scary. I'll play it if you play Poppy. I want to see you play Emily Wants to Play first. We'll make a whole event. Actually, there's a part 2. Don't get anything right yet, but I think there's a part 2 and I never beat it because it freaked me out. Like I could literally feel my heart beating in my chest and I'm like, I can't play this anymore. I'm past this. I am past this point in my life. Da, 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 da. Hi, Gothics. Just joining here, and I'm curious on your thoughts of Has Been Hotel. That's going to be my video for tomorrow. So be here tomorrow. I'm going to have a video for you because I watched it. I gave my commentary on it, and I will withhold my opinions until tomorrow. Um, you can play the first chapter. It's literally only 30 minutes long. Have you played Outlast? I liked Outlast a lot. It's one of my favorite horror games. I think there were some jumpy parts in Outlast, but it was how good I think the whole story was. I really liked it. I liked how it was set up. It wasn't just, let me scare you just for the sake of scaring you. There was purpose to it. Gothics, Ruin Leon. Once again, how much are you willing to be bribed for? Both of you playing horror games. Bribed? My darling, I take no bribes. I take no bribes, none. Um, that'd be fun if there was a horror game that Ruin Leon and I could both play together. Hi, babe. How you doing? How was it? Yeah. What'd you get? What is that? That looks like a burrito. Ooh, I want to try. Are you sure? No, it's yours. You got me something else. This. Ooh, whoa. This is a chicken cutlet? This chicken cutlet looks like the chicken was like 11 feet tall. All right, I'm gonna take my camera off because I am not eating in front of you guys. Give me a second. All right, you guys can just sit there for a second. Ah, ah. Mm-hmm. 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 What's that? Bad. Oh, yeah. Let me take another bite of that.
I told you.
That's actually pretty good.
I told you. I think it's good.
That's pretty good, babe.
Yeah, big. Yeah. That's good. Get that. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you like them now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, good. Good stuff. Good.
All right. That was some good chicken. Woo! All right. Sorry, guys. That was I had a moment. Okay. Don't let that cutlet get the best of you. Fight back. Man, this is the real horror situation. She now communicates via grunts, making everyone hungry. Good chicken. Woo! It was good. That was a really good chicken cutlet. Gothics isn't in the know. Play Lethal Company. Lethal Company. What's that? Lethal Company. Lethal Company. I'm gonna. Never heard of this. 2023. Huh. Co-op horror and scavenging. Oh, I'm gonna look into that. Okay. Well, hold on. I have a piece of bread here. Hold on. Mm. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm, mm. There's a mod that you can have up to 8 people. Okay. Hmm. Okay. He also brought me. What is this? I have to sniff everything. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, 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 no. This is a steak and cheese egg roll. Okay. This is different. Steak and cheese. Best of both worlds. Mm. He brought you that steroid chicken cutlet and a questionable egg roll. Oh man. You know what's next? An eggplant? Oh man. That's funny. I was doing work today and didn't realize I had my music on repeat until I had listened to the same thing for 2 straight hours. The song must have been that good. All right. Hmm. Honestly, I recently had Popeyes and it made me sick. I don't know if I'm just not. The last time I had Popeyes before that was like a year, maybe. KFC, I haven't had in years. Uh, so I would say neither right now. Mm, 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 mm. Mm. It do be like that. Sometimes it be like that. You know. My wife has been a stay-at-home mom for 7 months now, and I love her home cooking. That's awesome. I used to be one of those, I don't know, feminist. I don't even know what I would call myself. Social justice that would say that's not a real job. You want to be a stay-at-home mom? That's not a job. Just gonna wither away. It's like, oh, that's a job. That's a whole talent. Being able to juggle all those things and cook for your family. It's a lot. Hmm. She found her inner peace. See how calm I am now? Thank you, babe. That was good. That was slamming. Mad good, no cap. He's ignoring me. Over on Rumble, Per Dio asks if Ruin Leon is on Rumble. I gave up on YouTube. Ruin Leon, are you on Rumble? You should be on Rumble. Full-time job, cook, chauffeur, and battle axe. Graphics got hangry, I'm saying. Hmm. Have you seen Kung Fu Panda and will you go see the fourth? I think I've seen one of them. I didn't know that they had that many. So, gas is just your butt expressing its appreciation. Yeah, I'm sure my husband loves that. Toot toot, beep 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 beep. That's how I imagine butt trumpet. Leon is still being ignored. Yeah, he should be used to that. That isn't a job that doesn't generate tax revenue for the government. That's the other thing too. It's like when you hear about, because I know and I understand why now. Everything makes sense about how there's such this effort for women to be boss babes, to just climb the corporate ladder and things like that. It's like, okay, so you want to be taxed is pretty much what you're saying, and then when you get married, you want to be double taxed. Is what you're saying. Um, yeah. And honestly, if you think about it, Unless you're, let's say, a doctor or a lawyer or someone who is doing something to serve others in the good way, by the way, uh, you climbing the corporate ladder to be a boss babe, it's like you can be doing so much more meaningful things by being a stay-at-home mom. I mean, your children are the future. It's like if you raise your kids, you teach your kids, you're literally raising the next generation. That's a big task. And women don't wanna do that. Instead, they wanna drop their kids off at some place for 8 hours, maybe longer, a day. And instead of submitting to their husband, they'll submit to their boss. It's backwards. It's backwards. So I look at it differently. Again, I understand the argument if you're a surgeon or you know what I mean? That there's some things that I think are very valuable, but I don't think anything is more valuable than you taking the time to raise your kids and prepare them for the real world. I think that's pretty valuable. I don't wanna be a boss babe, but I don't wait, I don't wanna be a boss babe, but I don't if I wanna be a stay-at-home mom, wife either. That is why they're afraid of AI and automated workforce too, can't tax it. I think they would just raise the taxes for everyone to make up for that. Have you heard the Grubhub rap by Snoop Dogg? Ugh, no. No. Damn, stay-at-home mom is like 4 full-time jobs, caretaker, cooker, babysitter, psychologist, and people still be saying that it's not a job. Nope, no one pays you, but it's still a job. I agree. I see that now. I see that now. Check what I sent you. What'd you send me? What is this? Give me a moment. What is this? Oh, you're playing Poppy? When'd you play this? That's the wrong video. Where the heck? Hold on. I'm watching this whole thing. It's too long. That was scary to you? That weren't even that scary. I'm gonna have to look into this game. That was mid. Why did Bublito say cancel Gothics? Oh. um uh I'm currently a cook. The only way I can accurately describe it, a cage fight, but with hot grease everywhere. It gets real. Ruin Leon screams are wonderful to listen to. Man. Now I want more chicken cutlet. I'm upset. Can't stop thinking about it. I'm gonna have dreams about chicken sandwich. Anyway. And when your kids grow up Christian, healthy, and thinking normally, you'll thank God in 20 years. That's where he just came from, Taylor. That's literally what it is. I'm upset. What gym did your hubby get the cutlet from? He must have fought the chicken from Family Guy. He probably did. Definitely. Chick-fil-A or Popeyes? Oh, Chick-fil-A over Popeyes. But over Chick-fil-A, Hattie B's. And I have no Hattie B's around me. So it's like a special treat whenever I travel to Tennessee. I think there's one in Texas. I think. Yeah, Hattie B's. Well, gotta go. Bye. Bye. I might be going in a moment as well. So I can finish working on my video. So you guys can see it tomorrow. All right. I'm going to keep myself on a strict schedule. Okay. I'm going to try to do streams like 2 hours or less. All right. I don't want to overwhelm myself. I'm going to try to do max 2-hour streams. We're almost at 2 hours. 2 times a week and 2 videos a week. So I don't want to promise too many things. It's like the customer service phrase. You under promise, over deliver. Don't over promise, under deliver, because then people remember and they're going to be like, you're a liar. Go for another hour. Listen, I can't be doing that. I like the Harry Potter glasses. Thank you. I'm a wizard. Oh man, I actually have, where is it? I have a Harry Potter. I went to Hogwarts when I went to Universal Studios, so I have like a Hermione wand just because I'm a wizard. Have a great evening as well, Nelson. Thank you so much for dropping in. You know, I never get alerts for new YouTube videos. I guess I gotta head over to Rumble. I don't know if it's like a subscribing thing, like you have to hit the bell or something like that. I don't really know. Because when I'm subscribed to people on YouTube, I just check them whenever I'm on, like whenever. I don't really actually get notifications. So I don't know if it's something you have to do specifically, or maybe you don't get notifications. I don't know. But you guys should definitely follow me on Rumble. That would be great if Rumble would blow up. And then the cool kids, I mean, the cool kids are Rumblers right now. I love you guys, but I mean, come on. You gotta follow me on Rumble. Bada bing, bada boom. I'm glad you did this on my day off. Well, I hope you enjoyed your day. I hope it was a good day off. Harry Potter at the Symphony is amazing. I saw I get these really weird, not weird, but I get these little ads on Instagram of products that I totally should not buy because I need to save my money. But there was this, it's like I forget what they call them, but they're little crochet kits for beginners. But you can make little characters, and they have one where you can literally, they'll send you the material to make little stuffed characters or crocheted characters of Harry Potter or whoever else that they are offering. But I'm like, that's so cute. I would do that. I don't know how to crochet. I don't really know any artsy stuff like with my hands. I feel like I'm doing gang signs right now. I don't know any artsy stuff, but I would try that. How do you feel about the future HBO series? Not gonna lie, not gonna be as great as the films, but interested to see when they go about the future HBO series. I don't even know what that is. Huh. You were suckered in. I didn't buy it. I was looking at it though. If you guys want to teach me how to crochet, let me know. Oh, so Rumble, you get notifications? That's interesting. Oh, wait, there's a Harry Potter HBO series? I did not hear about that. I did not know that. Crocheting is simpler than knitting, in my opinion. Would be a great place to start. So my brain just broke because now I'm like, was it crocheting or was it knitting that I saw? I thought they were the same thing. Rip. All right, I'm gonna have to look into that. This was news to me. Anyway. Anyway, yeah, so thank you guys for hanging out. I had a blast chatting with you today. Any final things you would like my opinion on, you would like to ask me questions on, you would like to pick my brain on? Ask away now or forever hold your peace until the next stream, which will be next week, next Tuesday. It's a long time. Remember, I have to under promise, over deliver, right? That's my rule. Did I hear the rapper Eve is writing a book? What would that ever be about? What would that be about? Did you ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? No, I'm not much of a dancer myself. That's a lyric to a song, right? If you start crocheting, then you'll definitely be a granny. See, now I need to rethink this. Crocheting is done with a single hook. Knitting is with 2 needles. Maybe it was crocheting. Yeah, must have been crocheting. It's from Batman? Huh. Here's my question. Rocking any particular tunes at the moment? At the moment, no. A few days ago, I was cleaning and I was yelling at one of my AI spying Russian devices to play certain music. And it was completely ignoring me and giving me different music that I didn't ask for. But then it put me on a playlist of like things I would listen to in high school. So I don't even know if I can say what the name of the band is. Man, it's a good band, but listening to it now, I'm like, wow, they sound depressed. They need help. Good instruments, but they need help. Yeah, I don't really have any new bands. It's just old stuff. I'm stuck in a time warp, man. A lot of the new stuff, I'm like, I'm okay. Yeah. What's my favorite scary movie? The movie called Reality that we are all in right now because it feels like a movie. But no, seriously, favorite scary movie? That's kind of hard because I'm very critical about scary movies. I would say that the most recent one that I watched that I actually enjoyed is Talk to Me. Yeah. Good instruments, but they need help. Yeah, yeah. But they need help. So the band, by the way, that I was talking about, that it brought me back to my high school days. The band is called Jack Off Jill. Okay. If you listen to some of the lyrics, it's like, all right, it's a girl band. And it's like, all right, they can rock. Oh, you're depressed. You're sad. You need help. You are spiritually dead, my friend. How can I assist you? I don't know where they are now. I don't know if they're still making music, but I was cleaning and my weird Google device started playing that. I said, "This is not what I asked for," but yeah, it brought me back. Do, 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 do. All right, but we are at 2 hours, so I'm going to go now. I'm going to leave I am going to go. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and listening to me scarf down a chicken cutlet. Okay? Thank you so much. Yes, Rachel, you missed it. Ah, they can rock. Oh, 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 you're depressed and you need help. Oh, no, 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 no. Ah, man. I hope you're having a good day. I'm having a great day. But yeah, I mean, also just to say this, I mean, I find that that's very common with a lot of rock bands. It's like they sound good, but when you really listen to the lyrics, it's like y'all need help. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate this. If you enjoyed this stream, please do me a favor and hit the like and subscribe button and make sure you follow me on Rumble. I have a new video coming out tomorrow, which I need to finish editing, and I'm going to provide my review, my commentary on Has Been Hotel, which is a new Netflix show that was just published, and people are freaking out about it. I will withhold my opinion for the show and provide that in the form of a 22-minute video. I'm trying to shorten it because I'm like, this is too long, but we shall see. Anyways, I love you all. Y'all be good. Thank you for the super chats. I'm leaving now. Goodbye. All right, let me put a little really weird outro thing again. Wait, hold on. How's this work? Wait. Okay, aloha, bye bye.